Welcome back to another episode of Warp, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we do unasked for audio commentaries of Star Trek episodes. My name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Aaron.
Minwin.
Emma.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the throes of Season 3. We're up to Episode 11 in the double digits.
Mm-hmm.
The Hunted. And I got 45 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock, and I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
I didn't know we were in the throes of this. That's his.
We're deep in the throes, man.
Yeah, okay. I gotta get ready. I didn't know. Let me lube up.
We're getting to the halfway point. That's right in the throes of it, man.
Feels good. I wasn't expecting it. It's a surprise. Thanks for letting me know.
Full throws, man. Full throws.
Full throws. Okay. Oh, damn. You're right. Look at that. It might be a little
right off the bat.
Check out that middle-aged man's butt.
Yeah, I don't mind. It looked good. It looked good.
It looked pretty good for a middle-aged man in a jumpsuit. I mean,
right?
And who's this tall drink of water?
Cromwell.
That's James Cromwell.
it's Farmer Hoggett.
That'll do, pig.
Right off the bat.
He will play Zephram Cochrane in First Contact.
Oh, yeah.
Star Trek role.
Funny, I never made that connection.
Well, you probably haven't seen this episode.
It's the mustache.
Long time. But I mean, I knew that he played the Cochrane pilot character, but then I didn't make all, I mean, I don't make those sort of connections anyways.
You didn't realize he was Farmer Hoggett?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't realize. That's cool, though. And he seems so tall. I didn't realize he was so tall.
He's tall.
He's tall, because Frakes is pretty tall.
Yeah, Jesus.
He's taller than Frakes.
Cromwell's got to be 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Nice.
Got a very 80s mustache going on.
It's a good look for him, I think.
Yeah,
looks good.
Looking trim, for sure. Although, how can you not fall in love with Picard here? Jeez.
I'm going to open the kimono a little bit on my process for preparing for this show. And I watched this episode and the next episode. And they are very thematically and they're similar.
Oh, they're exactly the same, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I literally just watched them both, like, right before we got on. Like, that's what I did this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, they are weirdly similar plot-wise.
Yep.
Like, they should have spaced these two episodes out. We're sort of metagaming because we're talking about next week's episode.
Yeah, but people, we need to bring them in and just be level with them. You got to be honest in this day and age.
But yes, you're right. This week's episode and next week's episode are certainly similar in plot and pretty similar in theme too.
They're both the guest star is a sort of angsty, like militant.
Freedom fighter.
Kind of. At 30-something white guy with big hair.
That's the important part.
And he's like, it's important that he's fighting a cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
These are both sort of this is a classic Star Trek ethical dilemma episode where they have to decide whether or not to get involved in this dispute down on the planet, and which side is the right side to support.
What about the Prime
It's also a Vietnam allegory.
It makes me think of Manchurian Candidate because he's like he's not brainwashed, like he knows who he is, but they've like messed around with his mind to turn him into like he's like the Winter Soldier, like he's been programmed to be a badass killer.
Now they don't need him anymore. What is he going to do? That's sort of so we're watching Season 3, Episode 11, The Hunted. Original air date January 6, 1990. Investigating a planet, applying for membership into the Federation, the crew of the Enterprise finds a group of inhabitants who used to be soldiers, but now fight for their very existence. Aaron, what do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
Not going to be
Picard.
Picard.
I'll say a 6.
Don't think too hard. I mean, it's not like it matters.
Yes.
I really
Thanks for bringing us back to reality, Matt.
Hey.
She's
really mean this. I think it's a 7.
Oh, wow.
You're not just saying 7 because that's your default answer. Like, that's your
You actually
I told you I really mean it.
She said she really means it.
I heard you. And it was sincere. I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 6-7.
I think it's a little better than that. I think this is a pretty good episode. I'm going to say this is in the sort of 7-7 range.
Oh, wow.
And when?
You've been right before.
1 or 2 times. What do we have, Sean?
60.9?
We've done this 160 times. We've all been right.
Well, not
7.5.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it was higher. Nice.
Oh.
This is a pretty good one, I thought. Like,
Oh.
I like that. I like how clever the guy is when he's like running around the ship, pulling his little like schemes. Like, I enjoyed all of that. I liked that it's kind of a Troy-ish episode, but she doesn't do the thing that I thought was going to happen, which is fall in love with the guy. Like, she helps him, but she doesn't have that thing which they've already gone to that well a couple of times where Troy falls in love with this week's guest star.
Yeah.
So we don't do that this episode, which I appreciated.
Well, she's still recovering from the one just a few weeks ago.
That's right. She's still getting over the guy who
tall, dark, and
handsome. Yeah.
She's still getting over having that baby.
Yeah, right. That one day baby.
She's been over
One
that
day
for
baby.
a long time.
It was a baby. It was a one day baby.
Not a baby.
It was a baby.
I like it.
By the way, good opening of the kimono earlier, producer Jacob. That was you're looking tight under there. That was very helpful.
Keeping it tight.
It's good observations there too.
If this wasn't a podcast, you'd know that that's not true.
So, Jake and May, you guys watched it. Did you? Well, May, you said you really sincerely believed 7, so that means you liked it well enough, right?
Yeah. Well, you were talking about Winter Soldier. Like, we just watched the most recent ep, and I was just like, yeah, total Winter Soldier vibes. You know?
Yeah, it really is. It's funny. I just last night watched the most recent episode.
Yeah.
Or
more like, faux Cap America vibes, because he's messed up in the head.
Yeah, he's kind of like that guy, yeah. That guy's name in the comic books. God, I love comic books. They're so ridiculous. That guy's name in the comic books is the U.S. agent, but it's USA all in capital letters and then the word gent in like lower letters. He's the U.S. agent.
Because he's a gentleman.
Where's a fedora?
He doesn't kiss and tell.
Always opens the door for ladies.
But is everybody watching the better show that just came on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
If you say Mighty Ducks Return,
The Stamos one? The Stamos
you're going to
one?
say Mighty Ducks Return.
Mighty Ducks Game Changer. Great show, man.
It's funny.
Gilmore Girl.
Yeah, Lauren Graham's in it. It's funny. Stan started watching that, and he really likes it too. So you're not alone, Sean.
Yeah, I made last night's episode. I cried. Beautiful.
Right, motherfucker.
I wonder if it's because we've been in this desert for so long that any drink of water is just a pure oasis to us.
Oh, it's a good show.
Watch this scene, you guys. This guy is take all of these guys out. It's some very 80s, not very convincing, not very convincing
them up.
fight choreography.
Oh my God. Is O'Brien going to be able to manage things?
Guys, that's the font of Min's shirt. The like panel on the back, like.
Yes. I want this outfit to get my vaccine because it's got a spot right where the needle will go in. Perfect.
Oh, his arms.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
He's got a shoulder.
Both arms too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's vax friendly, as we all should be. Oh my God! This guy's like.
He can take it, man.
He's on space PCP or something.
One shot to go. Calm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good job, Worf.
Yeah, Worf just.
Warp saved. Nice.
You were just telling Riker, you owe me so much right now. I just saved your life. You have to give me your firstborn, Riker.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Humbling.
Riker's not going to have a firstborn, so that's not a problem for him.
He's already had a firstborn.
I don't know.
He doesn't know about it.
That's right.
Oh, actually, he does have a firstborn in the future.
He has kids because we see him in the future.
Eventually,
I never watched I was just story told.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting you never watched it, and you're just going off our descriptions of it too,
which were good. But you mentioned a kid.
They do have a kid. Yes. But I'm saying that the kids he has with Troy, there's no way those are the first kids he's had.
You think there are little Riker babies out there all over?
I mean, come on! He has the same place as he's just like Kirk, you know.
Yeah, but don't you think the birth control situation in the future has got to be like way more advanced?
Well, it depends on the planet. I mean, do you think he birth controls them? Like he aborts
Riker
them?
doesn't want Riker babies out there. I bet Riker is very careful.
Wraps it up.
I think they just have like a way to like take the baby out right after.
Teleport it out.
He gonna just be really good at wearing condoms?
He could.
Yeah, let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt. I mean,
sure. Well, they don't need condoms in the future.
Kirk, I can see being totally sloppy and not giving a shit.
Riker is.
I think Riker is a little bit more responsible.
Conscientious. Totally. But don't you think
Riker is a slut, but he's an ethical slut. Like he's gonna behave himself. We've already seen that from him, but in the past, we know that he behaves himself.
Do you think?
Yeah, but what about that Irish lady that he banged? Now, you know them, these Catholics, they wouldn't let him use birth control.
I don't think they were ever explicitly named as Catholic.
If they are Irish,
they were certainly Irish stereotypes in every other way.
The type that's typically stereotyped as Irish Catholic too. Like they were the drinkers, you know.
Well, that one guy really was. Who's this guy, Sean?
Oh, the actor?
Yeah.
Is Jeff McCarthy.
Okay. I spent a good portion of this episode thinking that it was Kevin Nealon.
He does look a lot like.
Sort of a handsomer Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
He's in a movie last year.
With Kevin Nealon and Ben Stiller.
From back then. Like, was he on a bunch of shows? Was he one of the...
Yeah. He was in RoboCop 2.
That lighting is really good for Troy. It's nice and even.
This guy actually does have a weird... He does the voice on a certain amount of Looney Tunes cartoons. He does the voice of the frog, the singing frog.
I have my
Oh, my baby. He did the voice for the frog in like the mid-90s in a number of things.
I never would have pegged him as that the voice of that.
Like when the WB was using the frog as
exactly. So, but yeah,
I think this might be the first time we've ever seen a sink on the show. Like,
no, I'm freaked out.
With water in it too.
He pushed a button and there was a little sink in there. Like,
but it already has water in it. Like, that's just a drawer with water in it.
Yeah, it's just standing water.
Well, I mean, that's just Aaron.
It's the frig. It's the frig. Come on, it's just this isn't a room he's in.
Yeah, he's in prison.
The only time Aaron has had to deal with a drawer with water in it was bad. It was
right.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never opened up a drawer and there was water inside it and thought this is a good thing.
These are fancy places. These are places that you would like get on Airbnb or what was the VRBO. They're you rent them out. They've got hard architecture.
It comes with its own water drawer.
Yes. This is what rich people do. They get like crazy ideas and are like, make it for me. I want to see it happen.
Why is this $500 more than all the other places in the neighborhood? Well, we have a water drawer.
Got water drawer.
Oh, wow. What a drawer.
Don't do anything with the water. It's dangerous. It looks really nice.
Got sharks in it.
I have water drawers at home.
I don't need a water. If I wanted a water drawer, I'd stay home.
I'll make it myself.
Doesn't this guy seem exactly like the kind of guy that would have that plot with Troy where she's like, I'm strangely attracted to him, even though I know a troubled person. Like, so I just kind of like that they don't do that.
Yeah.
Like she wants to help him, but she's not like lusting after him.
She's not. Yeah.
She's coming at it from a counselor point of view, not
professional point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking with that damn vagina.
She'll do that.
Now, May. Sometimes it helps.
You don't know vaginas very well.
Well, that's true. I mean, men could take many vagina lessons.
You ever watch Big Mouth, the cartoon Big Mouth?
Are there vagina lessons in there?
Kristen Wiig does the voice of one of the characters' vaginas.
Oh.
She talks to it.
Do you like it? Is it a good show?
It's great. It's really good.
Nice.
Best presentation of what puberty is like I've ever seen on television.
That sounds scary.
Describes that time, that 12 to 14 time of your life perfectly.
Yeah, I've done much heavy lifting to bury those memories.
Well,
so
it's nice. It's actually makes you feel like you weren't the only one. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's true.
Andrew Rannells does a voice on the show too.
Which one is he?
The gay kid. You're like, at first he's just sort of snarky, and everyone just sort of assumes he's gay, but he never actually comes out, and eventually he's like, I guess I am gay. And then in the later episodes, he's dating a character voiced by Zachary Quinto.
Oh, I like that, man. See, look at this lighting. It's so nice. I wish I had it in my own place, right? You look just nice and even and so well lit. It's good. It's flattering.
You have a lot of lights, man, and you could set up
That's true.
if you wanted to.
Well, they're all at Arthur's place.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll move on.
He got all the lights?
Yeah, well,
you got the lights in the divorce.
Yeah,
got all the lights in the breakup.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize it was going to be such a monumental moment, and it's like, you just left a partner's place, and you were like, what the hell happened? Yeah. And then you got to go back and you got to get your pets and your dildos and your all of that stuff.
Sure.
It's embarrassing.
Sorry to hear that. Man.
Yeah, it's all right. We're adults now. Come on, we can deal with this. We've been through worse, haven't we? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry. I was trying to find sad trombone to play, and I couldn't find the button.
You need the button that plays the end of Incredible Hulk theme song.
Riker.
Oh, right. The sad walking away.
Sad walk away music.
Rain.
There we go.
Oh, we don't need a soundboard. We got Jake in the house.
Producer Jake.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a haunting melody.
Man, Riker looks like he just came off of Rigel 4. He's got a nice glow. He's got a nice tan. He's looking tanned, and
he's been on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, been on Riza.
He was good.
You meant to say
you're right. I noticed.
He just got back from vacation from Bermuda or Aruba or Rigel 4.
There we go. Yeah. I forgot to phrase it properly.
There's not a great one. There's a really good one in the next episode. A really good two reels and a fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we'll get to that. That was very interesting to me too.
Tune in
next week if you want to hear what that is.
That story.
I want to say that I am being convinced by Troy here, but I feel like I'm just slipping further away, and she's having this emotional argument for the prisoner, but I don't know. I haven't connected with it for some reason. Maybe data.
How's this lighting, man?
Ooh, it's dark. I like it. It's for when you want to surprise your partner in bed. Right? You're like, whoa,
is that why Data's there?
Whoa, what's that?
Because it's fully functional and programmed in multiple techniques.
Yeah, multiplayer. There we go. Sad tromboner.
That was Price is Right failure.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You need that. That's more of a...
Doesn't Data look really good from both the front and the back?
Okay. Well, now I'm regretting giving you that T-shirt.
No.
Oh my god.
I would.
One night.
I always welcome it.
One night
to make a baby.
To make a baby. I don't know if you had to choose. Did we discuss this already? If you had to choose one person from the Star Trek crew to be with, who would you pick? Picard, yeah.
Are we talking about one night or?
Yeah, one night. One night.
Well, Riker.
Oh, we could do the whole
Riker.
FML? FMK? FML. Riker. Riker? Yeah. No, Daddy, are you saying Riker for yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
Gotta
Really?
try
He just called you Daddy.
Well, you know.
Does that confuse you, Min, that your daddy would say that?
No. Hold on. That confused me because you're not my daddy. So then when you asked me that question, I thought,
you just call me daddy because I happen to be a person's daddy.
No, you're daddy.
No, your daddy.
Your daddy.
He means your daddy to the show.
To
all
the
of
show.
us.
To the show, or okay, I got it.
Yes, to all of that. You know, but I'm surprised that you pick Riker, Sean.
I'm
sorry.
I figure you get Riker and whoever he happens to be with that week. You know?
Oh, so you get like
figure, yeah, well, exactly. It would end up being an orgy because he'd bring two chicks.
It's a twofer.
Now he's just getting greedy.
No, hey.
That's how you make a Riker.
And if not real, you know he's down with going into the holodeck and creating our own scenario.
Yeah, we've seen him do that before.
Sure.
That guy can come up with some cool scenarios. So,
well, I mean,
for a one-night thing, definitely Riker.
Mm-hmm.
He'll show you some shit, man.
Wow. I mean, I don't want to get personal, but would you and Riker do things?
That's what he wanted to do, sure.
Wow. You're blowing my mind here, Sean.
You know Riker's feelings about.
Sean has always been susceptible to the powers of a very good-looking man.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, sure.
Your mind is being blown, but right now, everything I've ever known about Sean is being confirmed about it.
Yeah, that doesn't. Where have you been the last 20 years?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Sean has such a strong air of masculinity, not in a toxic way either, but just
I'm not gay and I'm not bi.
Sure,
I'm straight.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's no reason to. If I was going to try it, I would want to try it with
someone like Riker.
Riker.
Someone who knows what's up.
Yeah.
Someone who's gonna bring some chicks.
Exactly.
He brings a couple of chicks. Great. If he doesn't, that's okay.
Fine.
I'm good too. I'm good with that too. I'm saying whatever he would want.
I you know what? I respect that you are so comfortable with yourself to be able to say that, Sean. That's pretty awesome.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna guess that
somebody else answer this question.
I'm gonna guess that Min's answer is Tasha.
Nah. Well, I mean, no, not Tasha. Troy would be cool. I think Troy would be safe, so I wouldn't be like totally. That wouldn't be my first choice. I think my answer would honestly be Data, for some strange reason.
Sure.
That doesn't surprise me in the least. That's what I thought Matt was going to say when he was going. Let me guess.
Oh, really?
But
I don't know. Maybe maybe I just remembering.
He didn't go. You were thinking that
he talked
Min
about
would
sex
be the
Tasha.
Data.
Well, and Min talked a lot.
Would play Data in that scenario.
And also, Min talked a lot about Data, about Tasha during the time that she was on the show.
Maybe you don't be with Worf.
Well, you know Data's going to bring 2 chicks, right? And Jordy.
Hell yeah. And he don't care. Yeah, he'll definitely.
You could have both the chicks, really. He's just there.
What if you were picking from all? You don't have to pick from Next Generation if you don't want to. You could pick from
expand original series.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's gonna do her.
Well, now wait a minute. If we're gonna expand, I get to answer. I have to answer again.
Oh,
okay.
What is? Oh my god.
Well, what would your answer be?
Some Matrix stuff.
Cisco.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, we haven't gotten there yet, so we'll have to keep an eye open for.
You'll know what I mean when you meet Cisco.
Yeah. Okay. What?
That's a man who knows how to get things done.
But still,
and he's a handsome black man.
I feel like Jadzia would be an interesting choice.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
If we're doing the DS9 people, because she's got all that life experience,
multiple life experience.
Yeah. Who you know she's down for whatever.
Oh shit! Yeah. Not to spoil anything, but the first lesbian kiss in Star Trek, she's a part of.
Oh wow! So how long before we get to that? Her probably a year, 2 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let you know in 20 years when we watch those episodes where I
not that far away
land on this issue.
We're
not 20 years away, but it's probably about two.
We're closer to those episodes than we are to the beginning of the show.
Wow!
Yeah,
that just makes me feel feelings when you say that.
Then I should change to Mariner.
Oh, Mariner.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Is that a Discovery character? Or no, that's Lower Decks, right?
If I'm picking anybody, if I'm picking from all of the iterations, I'm picking Chris Pine.
Rutherford.
Oh, sure.
Does John Stamos ever appear on Star Trek?
Sure.
Whoever he
Pierce
plays.
Brosnan. I'm just going to go down the list and just hope that they're in a Star Trek episode.
Sure. You can always petition them to
Mark Wahlberg. Anybody?
Wow.
Mark Wahlberg, really?
Christian Slater's in a Star Trek movie. You could have Christian Slater.
Oh.
There was a time when Mark Wahlberg, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, when he was wearing those Calvin Kleins?
After that.
Oh, okay.
Not Marky Mark days.
Not as much.
Like Three Kings days.
More like Boogie Nights days.
Yeah, so early movie career.
Yeah.
Sure. He's pretty sexy in those.
Well, that was fun. I don't think Aaron ever told us who she would get.
I thought she said Picard. Oh, John Stamos.
Well, I mean, he's
John Stamos.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's hard to ignore Riker right now. Yeah. Honestly.
Sure.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Classic choice.
Everybody on the ship is incredibly bad at their jobs in this episode.
Well, they're engineers. They're not security.
I know, but this one guy manages to just like completely stymie the entire crew of the Enterprise. And I get he's supposed to be like a genetically enhanced super soldier, and he's supposed to be brilliant at tactics and all that stuff.
Why don't they say
But still, it's crazy how easily he just like blows past all of them.
There's got to be at least 500 security officers on board the ship. Right? Like, they could send all 500 and take down one guy.
Hasn't it been shown that Data has super strength and, like, he doesn't feel pain?
He does.
Yeah, that's my point. Everybody on this episode is dumb.
Yeah.
Worf is particularly terrible at his job in this episode. Like, Worf's one job is to be the security dude, and he just fails every time that he gets a chance to go after this guy.
Wow, this is a cool engineering hallway. Yeah. I would totally smash in this hallway. It's got good lighting.
Yeah, that red club lighting.
It's like warm and it's just like, let's make a baby. Today. Today, baby.
How many more babies were born if like every 10th baby was a baby?
What?
Look at Worf just standing there. Like, go find him. Why is he standing there?
He could be anywhere.
Attention.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Worf's like, I'm on my way, and then he like slowly walks down the hall. It's like, this is a matter of some urgency, Worf. Like, push it.
Yeah.
So this is the only use of a Jeffries tube in Next Generation.
That's not true. They crawl through Jeffries tubes all the fucking time on this show.
I know, it's weird. I thought they did.
This might be the first. This might be the only time that it's big enough to walk around in.
Yeah, normally
usually they have
they have to squeeze.
Right. No, this is the only one that you can walk upright in.
Yeah. Didn't we see like Scotty in one just trying to like?
Well, I said in Next Generation.
No, but we see them on
the old show. They were always shuffling up the Jeffries tubes.
Yeah, but they weren't as fancy as the ones on this show.
They weren't hotel Jeffries tube.
Question: what is a Jeffries tube?
It's a tube that lets you go from one part of the ship to another part of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the air ducts, right? In Die Hard.
They're like maintenance shafts. Basically.
They're maintenance, yeah.
You can get to different.
Who's Jeffries?
Oh, that's a good question.
His name was Matt Jeffries, and he was I want to say the set designer of the original Kirk. Back in the '60s, he designed the sets for the old show, and they named that little maintenance shaft a Jeffries tube after him.
I want a maintenance shaft named after me.
What a legacy.
Well, design one then.
Oh.
Well, they're working. They're working.
Not to name one after you. You don't do anything for it.
Sean, they are working on the Warped Podcast Studios right now, so they're working.
I'm gonna make
a Jeffries tube.
Well, we'll name that after them.
Put a tube from the jacuzzi into the garage.
I want a wet tube that goes.
We'll name it after you.
Drawer of water.
That's right. You put a tube that swims.
A wet tube into a drawer of water is just a water slide. Like you just described the water slide.
The hot tub could be the drawer of water, technically.
Oh, yeah,
he wants your hot tub to be called the Sean Memorial Memorial.
Hey, you do that, I'll name a tube after you.
Yeah.
I wanted to name it like a ship and put like a placard on the side of it. So.
Oh, and you should christen it too.
Yeah, should name it the Enterprise.
To boldly come where no man.
Lynn's gonna write that on Sharpie on the side of it.
Yeah, that's what I call my penis. I don't know. It was too easy. I'm sorry.
Good job.
I figured out black ink.
Yeah.
Sharpie.
Yeah.
Sharpies are great.
Yeah, they are permanent, but yeah, annoying. I don't know. It was bad. I shouldn't have gone for the joke.
Don't double back now.
Come on, stand by your joke, man.
No, it's like when the GPS leads you down the forest trail, and you're like, "What the hell? Are we supposed to be off the road yet? Here? Why is there a lake up ahead?"
That's where you live, man. That's where you live.
Oh, you see, there's a part where Worf is pretty clever.
Oh, they're playing.
Yeah, but he figures out where the guy is, and then immediately gets his ass handed to him. Like, Worf's supposed to be this badass Klingon warrior. This guy just takes him down like no problemo.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. He should have just shot for. Ooh.
Also, Worf totally lets himself get distracted here. Like, instead of keeping his eyes on the prize, he looks up to like attack him. What a lame a Worf is.
It's not his fault. It's the writer's fault. Come on.
Well, sure, but you know.
Yeah, we weren't blaming the character.
It sounded like you were blaming you were saying Worf.
I blame Michael Dorn.
It's not Michael Dorn's fault.
It might be. He might have suggested this.
Oh, but look at this badass fight.
I think the real problem is that whenever they needed on this show to demonstrate that a character was really dangerous and powerful, the way that they would do that is by have that person beat up Worf.
Yeah.
So Worf gets beat up a lot by guys who way outmatch him, so it's not his fault. But it just does sort of like when you watch it, it just kind of reads as like, geez, Worf never wins a fight. Like, he's just constantly getting his ass kicked by people. Because that was just the way, that was the shorthand that the writers were using.
Yeah. Do they ever beat up Data like that, or no, they save him for even
Yeah,
worse?
they do sometimes. Sometimes Data will get beaten, and everyone goes, oh, Data got beaten.
They need Data's brain typically up on the bridge, so they don't let him go fight fights.
Yeah, he's usually up there looking shit up on the computer.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Captain's got to know his resources at hand and be able to...
Well, Data's mostly, and like a lot of the time on the show, his job is to do the exposition and sort of explain what's going on to Picard so that Picard can say, make it so.
This episode's slower than I remember.
Well, that whole section where he's running around the ship is sort of the big...
Yeah.
That's sort of the big action of the show.
Right.
Is the long section.
Yeah.
And then, and then they do the diplomatic part, too.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It's not like, okay, battle's over, we're good. Oh, no, now we have to talk about it.
Yeah,
well, that's a question for you. They love to sit at the conference table and talk about things on this show. Which I like about it. It's they have a very thoughtful approach to conflict resolution on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
We haven't seen the farmer since the beginning of the episode. What's going on?
So he's the do you want to actually know what the plot of this episode is, man? Yeah. It's almost over and we haven't talked about it.
Sure, yeah, please.
James Cromwell is the prime minister of this planet. And back in the day, they were involved in a war with some other planet. So they developed these super soldiers, basically, that they genetically altered and like psychologically manipulated and turned into winter soldiers, basically. And then when the war, they won the war, and then they had to figure out what to do with these guys. So they put them in their own, like, they gave them, at first they said they were giving them like their own, like piece of land, like their own state to live in. But then it turned into more of a prison camp, right? Because James Cromwell, his government is like, well, these people are too dangerous. We can't have them in the normal population because we can't control them. So we're going to put them in this prison camp. So that one guy who's been the main guy this whole episode, he escaped. And he went up to the ship and kind of explained to them what had happened to him. And so now they're down here to like bring some righteousness down and tell this guy, you're the responsible for this. And you're the reason these people are the way they are, and you have responsibility. You have a responsibility to take care of them and to try and cure them of the things that you did to them. And because see, these people want to be in the Federation. That's why Picard's there in the first place. Is the planet is applying to be in the Federation, so Picard's there to decide if they would be a good fit or not. And once he finds out what they've been doing to these winter soldiers, he's like, nope, you're not going to be in the Federation. Sorry.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time.
And then
so
they just walk away from
Star
it.
Trek. It's got a classic sort of Star Trek message and sort of moral position to it. And I liked it. I thought this was a good one.
Yeah. No, I mean, now that you've explained it, and it's more than just like us seeing him fight people on the ship. It's really deep and meaningful. So they just leave at the end.
Sort of it's all a metaphor for. Sean said this earlier. I think it's all sort of a metaphor for Vietnam veterans.
The way the vets were treated when they got back.
Sure.
What do you do with your soldiers when you don't need them anymore? And
But so at the end, they just fly away. They're like, "No, we're not going to accept."
Well,
you.
here come the baddies. Like here, not the baddies.
These are the soldiers. He went and the one guy went and got all of his soldier buddies.
Got all of his buddies.
Yeah.
And James Cromwell is like, you have to help us, Captain Picard. You have to like help us find these guys. And Picard's like, actually, this is your responsibility, and I'm not here to solve your problems for you.
And he just he's just like resolve this on your own. But I will say,
James Cromwell called him and said, "You have to help us." And Picard said, "We'll come down." But he just came down with his usual gang. Like, they thought he was going to bring like an army to help him take these guys out. Picard's like, "I'm not interested in fighting your fight for you. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. This is your problem."
Interesting. So Star Trek is more just like, we're shining a light on this. We're not going to make a judgment either way.
No, Picard. No, the show definitely has
a judgment.
Yeah, the show definitely has a position. Like, Picard's whole point
definitely is on the soldiers.
He's on the side of soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, you have to help these people, and I'm not here to like fight your fight for you. What's great, I think this might be the only episode I can think of where Picard's final solution is to just leave. Like, he literally just nopes out of this whole situation. He's like, "You guys have to take care of this yourselves. I'm leaving." And he just leaves. So there's like no actual resolution to the issue. He's like, they're gonna have to work it out for themselves.
Okay. Now that I see Troy there like that, I'm gonna take back my answer about Data, and I'm gonna choose to spend my time with Troy.
She looks great.
Amazing.
No. I like that purple outfit. I like
yeah, she rocks it.
Sorry, Data.
I think we already know who Cyber's supposed to be on just based on their outfits. Like turtlenecks, badass soldier outfits, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're sort of always supposed to side on the side of the rebels, against the mean government, basically. Although next week's episode kind of complicates that a little bit. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Have you guys been checking the soldiers out? Anyone you want to FMK here?
There was the guy with the arms in the back.
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw those guns. Patrick Swayze.
There was.
I mean, you're right. Now that I think of it.
Everybody was trying to look like Patrick Swayze.
It was
this time period.
Patrick Swayze look-alike contest, and they went out all those guys.
Every movie and TV show was full of Patrick Swayze.
Even Patrick Swayze was trying to look like him.
And so, and Picard's just like, "We're out of here, buddy."
Everyone, get your drink. Get your drink.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, engage. Indeed.
That's a good engage on that one.
Yeah, that is one of his better engages because he takes a long pause before he says it. Yeah. I really like it.
He's comfortable now. He's like, season 3, he knows it's gone. It's in a good place. I think they found their footing.
The show is absolutely in its groove right now. Like, this is...
You can tell.
This is the show getting all of it right, basically, Some episodes are better than others, but everything...
They're all good.
Yeah, everything is, like, high quality. The acting is all high quality. The look of the show is established now, and it's
there was something I was reading, either it was this episode or the next episode, where they changed the carpet on the bridge to, like, a dark blue.
Oh,
I didn't remember that. I'll have to look for that next week.
Well, let's see in the next episode if it's there, if the color of the carpet and the bridge changes.
Well, that's awesome. It feels like there's more hope in the world.
There you go.
That was The Hunted.
The Hunted.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's good.
I enjoyed it. That guy gives a good performance as the soldier.
Dinar.
Very good, Hunted. Very good.
That'll do. Thanks very much for listening to Warped. You can follow us on iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, to rate, review, and subscribe. You can email us at warpedthepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at warpedthepodcast. Buy our merchandise at lunar_flare. We're on Twitter at Warped Trek. I'm on Twitter at HostWarped. Min is on Twitter to tell you about our Dungeons & Dragons, Call of Cthulhu podcasts and live streams at Wet Maynard. And most importantly, you can go to patreon.com/warped, become a subscriber for additional episodes and bonus material.
My name is Sean.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Aaron.
And I'm the Min Win.
Ah, Meg.
Good night, everybody.